Marcellus, I'm going to start with you, big bro.
What up?
Are you worried about Lamar's long-term health?
No. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. Are we going back there again? No, I'm not worried about Lamar Jackson and his health. First of all, let's set the tone and understand what football is. As soon as you cross those white lines, there is hell to pay, no matter what position you play and no matter how you play that position. You go full speed, you're going to get hurt. You go half speed, you're certainly going to get hurt. But pain is the way of the NFL. So let's talk about what Tim is really talking about. A mobile quarterback, a quarterback that puts himself more at risk because he's always running around. A contraire, mon frere. You know how many statue quarterbacks have been knocked out for the year, missed significant time, or even ended their career, and they're not moving anywhere? Let's go through a little list right here. Tom Brady, we were just talking about Tom Brady. Remember that? Tom Brady missed 15 games, basically the entire season, being in the pocket as, what? A statue. You talk about Peyton Manning and the neck surgeries and missing the entire year, being a statue. I go back to earlier years. Dan Marino tore Achilles, missed 11 games. Statue. You want to talk about Joe Theismann? Lost his career.
Talk about it.
Statue. This is selective perception at its finest. This is someone who comes to L.A. and says, everyone has a Mercedes. Actually, they don't. Most people got Toyotas, Nissans, and Hondas. But all you see is the Mercedes jumping out and Lamar Jackson jumping off the screen, and all of a sudden you want to say that's the law. I disagree.
Yeah, I disagree as well. I don't find it to be a major concern. And, you know, Hasselbeck put a number on it by saying 5 years. I find it to be interesting because as we have these conversations more and more with the running quarterback emerging as this prominent figure in the National Football League, I feel like this exposes soft people. It exposes a soft culture. And you know, and a non-athletic culture. And I'm going to tell you why. These quarterbacks that have these opinions, these people that report on mobile quarterbacks that have these stories and storylines and narratives about these athletic quarterbacks, they're basing it off of, you said 5 years. Okay. Most quarterbacks in the NFL are playing 10 plus years in the league. When you're talking about the average is generally 3 years in the league. So as the evolution continues to take place, what needs to happen is we need to stop looking at quarterbacks as if they're different from any other player on the field. And this is the reason why, because the quarterback QB is a back, people. It is a back.
Great.
Okay. So now when you're talking about QB versus RB, we've talked about the minimizing of an RB. But if you have a QB, a quarterback that can bring running athletic to the field, to the game plan, then expect and express a buy-in and an understanding that a quarterback means I can quarter run the ball and I can quarter throw the ball, okay? So we don't have to keep having conversations about somebody who plays a position that is actually intended, a back is actually intended to get hit.
No, deep. There's nothing I like more than when we all agree. It's just perfect harmony.
Okay.
This is just perfect
it ain't
harmony.
gonna happen
Because, gentlemen, both of you are correct, and I'm going to take it a step further. I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into this conversation and say this. Give me 8 good years of Lamar over 12 to 13, 14, 15 good years of just your pocket quarterback that's going to be average. I'm not worried about Lamar Jackson getting hurt because not all backs are created equal. I played with LaShawn McCoy. They called him Shady. Nickname on Instagram, Twitter, cut on a dime. I've never seen him take a hard hit, ever.
Preach.
He's so slippery, he just slides and glides. I say that to say, not all quarterbacks and running quarterbacks are created equal. Robert Griffin, Lamar Jackson's backup in Baltimore. Robert Griffin, his first couple years in the league, he didn't know how to take a hit. Dude was getting bombed on left and right, just bomb. I felt bad for the guy.
Right.
Robert Griffin, close friend, mind you. Lamar Jackson, we didn't see him take a lot of hits like these in his first 2 years in the NFL. Furthermore, let me add this point. We weren't worried about Carson Wentz's health issues until he got hurt. We weren't worried about Andrew Luck's
here we go.
until he got hurt.
I see the card.
So now, why are we worried about Lamar Jackson's health issues? I just don't get it.
You do get it.
For me, it's a non-issue.
Oh, no, not on this show. Once you play that card, we gonna stare at it for a minute. And I want to stare at that implicit bias that comes from what you just said and what LaVar said about there was a day where the quarterback was protected. And I'm not just talking about in complexion. I'm talking about in skill set. Hey, the least athletic dude over here, unless he's like 300 pounds, then he's a lineman. We need you to just take the ball and throw the ball. Cool? And to that point, they actually created the QB Club. Go back and look what that was. That was a separate monetary marketing arm for only quarterbacks. They really try to protect their turf. They weren't even we're viewed as normal players. So that obviously finally had to get broken up. And they get to this place where now 2.0 quarterbacks, mobile quarterbacks, are the fad, and they're actually the future. But there are other points beyond the implicit bias that you suggested that actually exist in this. And I'm not accusing you, Tim Hasselbeck, my friend, of that, but I'm just letting you know sometimes you can repeat someone else's truth, but their original truth is actually a lie. Deep. Anyway, let's talk about this. Penn State math, quarter run, quarter pass. What about the other half, LaVar? Can you finish that next time you get one? Get the mic?
I will.
Okay,
I
good.
will.
Because I want everyone to understand that who has the most rushing attempts since we're talking about running quarterbacks in the last few years? It's been Cam Newton. After Cam Newton is Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson has started 143 games in a row with the second most rushing attempts at the quarterback position. If that doesn't blow up this theory that if you run, you're going to get injured, I don't know what does.
Well, I'm going to say it like this. To fill in that Penn State math, you hand it off to the halfback or you give it to the fullback, and that gives you your four quarters.
Okay. Good. All right. Just making sure.
Okay, so here we go. Let's take it a little step. Penn State, baby. Let's take it a step further on this, Mr. Hook and Horns, all right? I think about a name, Terrell Pryor. I think about a name, Tim Tebow, a guy by the name of Randall Cobb, or let's see, Antoine Randall L. These guys are all major, amazing, phenomenal college quarterbacks that went to the next level in the league and were basically frowned upon for being the type of athletes that they were playing the quarterback's position. It's almost like you are not one of those quarterback PA guys, quarterback league guys. You're not one of the cool guys because you're athletic. Like, hey, wait, you don't play golf. You're running the football. Like, that's not what we do, right? So I have a problem with when someone like Tim Hasselbeck or Matt, I don't like either one of them, but I don't like when they come out and have something to say about, they were quarterbacks. And,
okay, I'm about to say, are we really going? Hey, wait a minute.
This is not a personal attack.
Okay.
All I'm saying is every single time one of these guys comes out and says, oh, I'm so afraid for him. Oh, to me, the translation is, please, Lamar, stop running. Stop running. You know why? Because my kid isn't going to be able to run like that. This is one of those last positions where, you know what? I don't have to be Usain Bolt in the 100 meters to win and have an opportunity. So it's okay when you put these guys at receiver. We didn't ask if Terrell Pryor and Antoine Randall L and those guys, Tim Tebow, when they tried to put him at fullback, they didn't have the question, is he going to be okay? I'm concerned about his long-term, his health. Okay, well, if a guy is built enough and is well enough to be at receiver in different positions that played quarterback before, right? And you're not concerned about that now, then look at the evolution of what these athletes are, because these QBs understand what they're up against as well. Let's not underestimate them. They know what they're up against, nor do we need to minimize what their capabilities are by having these outlandish comments all the time about if you're a quarterback, some way, somehow you're fragile and can't be hit or touched or thrown to the ground. I just don't like it.
Yeah, let me attach one more thing to what you just said, which was factual, in the terms of who Lamar Jackson is. Lamar Jackson has only missed one game with an ankle injury since his freshman year
Talk about
at
it.
Louisville. Okay, on top of that, last year, I remember it was a firestorm. Oh, my God, he has a tight quad injury. Is he going to miss a game in a short week? Oh, no. Not only did he not miss a game, he went out there and rushed for 86 yards. So why are we predicting and trying to prey on his downfall? His resume speaks for itself. He's not the type to get injured.
As simple as that. Don't believe the lies. Gentlemen, y'all are smarter than you look.